Hi everyone, it's Andrea over at Sewspire.com, and as promised, I am here to teach you how to sew this sweet little purse organizer. So this particular design is meant to slip inside of a larger bag, and it's can easily be used to transport your essentials in between bags. So some people know it as a purse organizer. It's a very simple, fun sew, and what makes it unique is the center zipper compartment, which is kind of floats there in the center, so then you can divide your contents on either side. And then there are two little slip pockets on the side that are perfect for like a lotion or lip gloss, or perhaps even your cell phone if it will fit inside of there. So I'm going to give you the approximate measurements on this. It is roughly 9.5 inches across the base and 7.5 inches tall. And then depth wise, we're coming in at 4 inches. So I thought it would be fun to make a coordinating one to go inside of my journey tote, which is a really nice big bag. And I do have the PDF tutorial ready for you for the journey tote, and I will be writing a PDF for this little purse organizer as well, and I'll be sure to let you know when that's ready. In the meantime, I'm going to give you all the measurements today and show you step by step how to sew that. And then I will be back again on Friday for a weekly vlog. During my Friday posts, we're going to talk about the things that inspire us. So the new schedule moving forward through the end of the year is going to be the tutorial on Tuesday, today, and then on Fridays we're going to dive into inspirational aspects. So this Friday, I'll just give you a little sneak peek. We are going to be unboxing this awesome Sew Your Bag kit that I received in the mail. And so I've been waiting to open that until we finish the Design a Bag with Andrea. So I'm super duper excited to see what's inside of that box. So join me Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern if you'd like to know what's inside of that box. But without further ado, we're going to get started sewing today. So the first thing that we should do is craft this interior zipper compartment. And these panels that I have here are 10 inches tall by 11 inches across. I just want to double check those for you. Yep, 10 by 11. And so you're going to have two interior panels which are unlined, and then two exterior panels. And for mine, I'm opting to go with the naked foam, and so I have just tacked that down in the corners so that it doesn't shift for me. I find if I try to sew all the way through it, the fabric still shifts and it doesn't feed evenly. So my little hack is to stitch that in the corners, and then it will hold nice. So I have in total 4 pieces of material that are 10 inches tall by 11 inches across, and the 2 exterior ones are backed with the foam and then tacked down. You could easily use quilt batting for this, or fusible fleece would be fine. In my sample, I was using home decor fabric, so I didn't even interface or line it at all. And then I'm going ahead and using zipper by the yard for this, so I cut off an 11-inch piece of zipper and then got my zipper pull threaded on there. For anybody who joined us for Design a Bag with Andrea, You know, I struggle with these zipper pulls. I struggled with this one too, but I did get it on. I'm hoping it gets a little easier as I practice. So you're going to take your zipper and you're going to turn that right sides facing on top of your your exterior panel, and then just go ahead and clip that in place so that it doesn't shift. So the zipper pull is face down, and then you're just going to stitch down that right hand edge. Okay, so I have one side of the zipper attached. Then I want to take my second exterior panel with the foam, and you can see I stitched down the center. I just wasn't happy with that. The fabric shifted, so I very carefully picked that out and then came up with this just in the corners, and I'm really happy with that. So now we're going to take that panel with the zipper attached and line that up right sides facing with the opposite panel, and again just aligning that zipper tape right at the top of that panel. And then I'm going to attach that. And then here you want to be really careful not to accidentally unzip your zipper head. So with the needle in the down position, I lift up that presser foot, and then very carefully I just get that zipper pull clear of that. Then don't forget to put your presser foot back down. Okay, now my zipper is attached to that exterior panel there, and so now I want to turn this so that the foam is facing up, and I'm going to take my interior panel and position that right on top of that foam, right sides towards the foam, the right side of the interior fabric. And I just want to align that so that it overlaps the zipper and it is even with that top panel, which is on the opposite side there, and I'm going to stitch right across there. So I have my exterior panel, the zipper tape, and then I am attaching this interior panel right sides facing to that zipper tape. And the same thing may happen. You may have to reach in there and get that zipper pull past that presser foot. Just realign your fabric. Okay, and so now hopefully you can see this coming together. This is the lining, and so that's right sides facing up, and the exterior is right sides facing. Now I have to attach the opposite lining so it's right sides facing to the lining, and so I'm just going to line that up with the top of that zipper tape like that. and then go ahead and stitch that in place. And then here, same thing, I'm gonna clear that zipper pull past this. So I just lift up the foot with the needle in the down position and then take the time to realign and ensure that presser foot is back down. Alrighty. Okay, so now this will make more sense to you. Right sides up, right sides facing, that's my lining. And then on this other side, I have my zipper pull and the exterior of that fabric. So now what I need to do is stitch these long sides here. So just make sure that both of your exteriors are facing and both of your interiors are facing. And you can use 3/8 of an inch seam allowance here. I think it might be easier to work with this foam if I had the walking foot on here. It just does not move very nice through the machine. Hopefully that's staying okay up there. So because these zipper teeth are metal, I'm just going to get as close as I can to them without going over. And hopefully my interior didn't wrinkle. It's not great, and that's because of the foam, but I can live with it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and sew this other exterior side. And again, I'm just going to get as close as I can to the zipper teeth without crossing over. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the interior lining. I like the foam for this project because it doesn't add weight, but it offers a ton of stability. Because nobody wants to make their bags any heavier, so it really is ideal for this project. Maybe if you spray base, that might help the situation some. Okay, so now what I want to do is go ahead and stitch across the exterior here. But before I do that, you have to make sure that your zipper is open enough that you can get your hand in there. Otherwise, you're going to be locked out. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch right across the bottom of the exterior. stitch inside the base of the interior, go ahead and unzip my zipper and then turn this all the way around. And there was a little puckering there on the sides, again from that foam. I know some people don't even like to sew the foam into the seam, so that's another option too if you cut it short there. Okay, so now the exterior is finished around all three sides, and I have this opening on the interior, so I'm just going to turn that edge inward about a 1/2 inch, line everything up, and then run a row of stitching across that interior. All right, and then I can tuck this interior inside there. And then test my zipper. And all in all, it's not too bad. I'd be more happy if the sides weren't wrinkled like that, but you know what? No one's gonna see it because it's going on the inside of here, and the contents will be nicely protected because of the padding, and it's fully lined. So it will work just perfectly for this. So I'm going to set aside that finished zipper pouch for a moment here, and we're going to go to work on crafting the exterior of this project. So you're going to have two side panels which measure 5 inches across by 9 inches tall, and then on top of those we're going to put little slip pockets. And so the slip pocket is 10 inches long by 5 inches across, and you just fold that in half and press, and then run a line of stitching across the top of that fold at 5/8 of an inch just to finish the top edge of that pocket. You probably can't see that because this fabric blends so nicely with the thread. So that finished pocket goes right on top of those side panels, which my side panels are crafted from the wax canvas, and then I put a like-sized piece of the naked foam on the back and tack that down in the corners. So I end up with two side panels that have pockets on them. And then my front and rear panels are also wax canvas, and those are, let's see here, 9 inches tall by 11 inches across, and there are two of those. And then I have one base panel which is 5 inches by 11, and it is also backed with the naked foam. So we're going to use the modified T method. So what I want to do is position my pocket panels right sides facing on the front exterior body panel, and make sure your pockets don't shift. So just take a peek inside of there, and that looks good. Then I'm going to take the rear exterior panel and position that base panel along the bottom of that. And I will begin by running a row of stitching down the right and the left hand sides. 5/8 of an inch seam allowance is ideal. that creates your tri-folding panel. Set that aside, and I'm going to run a row of stitching down the right hand side of the rear panel, which has the base attached to it. And that creates the two-way panel. Then you're going to take the two-way panel and position that right side's facing on top of your three-way panel. So this is the base of that. You're going to align that base of the two-way panel at the base of the three-way panel. And then you're going to stitch seam to seam across the base of that panel that is different than end to end. And now I have what looks like a large T. So now I want to join the base of my side with the side of my base, and I'm also going to stitch seam to seam. So for this, you may have to lift up that presser foot and back it up in there to start right on that seam. And then repeat that for the other side, aligning the base of the side with the side of the base and stitching seam to seam. Okay, and now the stage is set, and all you have to do is raise up that remaining wall. And when you do this, you're aligning the side of the side with the side of your rear panel. You want to make sure that your pocket doesn't drop down in there, so get that secured. And then peek inside, and if everything looks good, then you can stitch from the top of that down to the seam using that same 5/8. And then repeat that on the opposite side. And now your exterior is complete. I am going to go ahead and trim away a little bit of this foam towards the top edge there, so when I turn it over it's not too thick. And then turn the exterior right side out. Poke out the corners. Make sure your pocket layers were all caught in those side seams and nothing slipped. And then take that top edge and fold it over a 1/2 inch and get some clips on that so it can start setting while we craft the interior. Okay, so this is what the exterior looks like. I'm going to set that aside, and then I'm going to bring over the base of the interior, which is 5 by 11, and mine is crafted from the wax canvas. And I'm going to position the base of the zipper pouch at center on that panel, and then I am going to stitch right through that pouch using a very narrow seam allowance there, like a 1/4 inch. I'm just going to stitch all the way through the layers and attach this pouch to that center panel. So that's what that looks like. So the base of my interior has been attached to the center zipper compartment. Now I want to bring over my interior sides, which are 5 by 9 quilt weight cotton, no interfacing. And then my front and rear interior panels, which are 9 by 11. And I'm just going to work with one of those interior panels, the front, and I'm going to attach the sides to that using 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. So I position those on their right sides facing, and then 5/8 of an inch. And that creates the tri-folding panel. I'll set that aside for a moment, then I'll take the rear interior panel and I'm going to join that right sides facing to that base panel using 5/8 of an inch. So this is what I have now. That's the base panel and that's the rear interior panel. And so now I want to take the opposite side of that base panel and I want to lay it on top of the 3-way panel, right sides facing, center that and stitch seam to seam across that base. And now I have my T. And so I want to join the side of my base with the base of my side. And this is a little more challenging with that zipper pouch in there, but it definitely can be done. Just work slow and make sure you don't stitch through your zipper pouch. And then repeat that for the opposite side. You're securing the side of the base to the base of the side. Okay, and now your stage is set, and you just have to raise up that remaining wool, which is basically just aligning the side of that rear panel with the side of the side. And that zipper pouch is just floating there, so just move it out of your way. Repeat that for the opposite side. And so now you should have an interior, and your zipper pouch should be free floating there, only attached at the base. So now what you want to do is turn the actual interior over a 1/2 inch, and because it's the cotton, you should be able to finger press that. And that's what that looks like. And then you can go ahead and fit your interior inside of your exterior. And I like to begin on the sides, align those side seams, and I just repurpose the clips that are already on the exterior so that they're holding the interior and the exterior. And then once your sides are secure, then if you just give a little tug across that, the front and the rear fabric should align nicely for you as well. And if you need to, add more clips to hold that. Okay, and then once you have the lining in there, then you can go ahead and reach inside and push that down so that it fits snug inside of the organizer there. And the zipper divider does pop up over the top there. As you put contents in that, it will be weighted down and it will not seem like it's sticking up so high, but it is useful to have that act as a divider between whatever you're putting on the opposite side there. So I am really happy with the stability of this using the foam. Now the next thing that we need to do is craft our little side handles. So I have one of those ready to roll. These are 4 inches wide by 9 inches long, and they are a 4-ply strap. So you press that in half long ways, and then bring those outer edges inward to meet on that center press line, and then fold that over one more time. And I am using the wax canvas for this, so I am not using any interfacing or stabilizer. If you were using the quilt weight cotton, I suggest adding a layer of Pellon 808 or 809 to this. So I'm going to run a row of stitching down this open edge and the opposite edge to finish. And then you will have 2 of these shorty straps, and they go in between the interior and the exterior layers at center there. And I generally switch to pins when it comes time to attach the straps so that they don't shift as I'm moving around this project. And you just turn that so that you create that little handle loop there. And I'm aligning the edge of my strap with that side seam, and I'm tucking that down in there about 1 inch. And I'll turn this around so you can see what that looks like. It's just enough so you can put your fingers in there and lift it in and out of your bag. You don't need them too long. So once you get both of your handles secure, then what you want to do is make sure that they are the same length there, and that looks really good. And then just push that interior zipper compartment down inside of the organizer and put your organizer up on the machine deck. I like to start at the side at the handle to minimize that risk that those handles are going to come out, and I'm just aligning the right hand edge of my presser foot with the top of my project, and I'm just going to slowly stitch all the way around this to secure all the layers. And I made it all the way around, and then I can bring my zipper pouch back up, and now I have a darling purse organizer which will work beautifully with my journey bag. And so just as a reminder, I'll have the PDF for the purse organizer ready for you by this Friday at noon, and then I already have the PDF tutorial for the journey bag ready for you, and I'll link to that down in the comments for you. But I want to go ahead and fit this inside of there so you can see what a nice accessory that makes for this beautiful bag. That if you're new to Sewspire, the journey bag was our summer design collaboration. We just finished that up, and I'm just so happy with this project. This two-piece set is amazing, so please do check out the tutorials for both. And then as a reminder, I am going to be creating a second video every week. And so on Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, we are going to meet to discuss inspiration, because I've got the sewing tutorial on Tuesday and the missing element is the inspiration. And so I want to spend some time with you all just talking about the things that inspire us to sew. So I hope you will make time to join me then or catch the replay at your leisure. This Friday, we are going to be opening up this box, which is pretty heavy, from sewyourbag.com. I cannot wait to see what's inside of here. I'm super excited, so I hope to see you on Friday. I hope you enjoyed the project today. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and click subscribe to the channel to let me know that you'd like to see more content like this. As always, the creative genius in me will be celebrating the creative genius in you. Hope to see you Friday. Thank you for sewing with me.